Once upon a time in the bustling city of Kyoto, there lived a young boy named Koji. Like many others his age, Koji faced the everyday distractions of modern life. But amidst the constant noise of the digital world, Koji found himself struggling with a habit that troubled his mind and spirit, an over-reliance on the temporary escape of excessive masturbation. Deep inside, Koji knew this habit didn't align with the person he wanted to be. He yearned for inner peace, clarity, and a greater sense of purpose. One warm afternoon, while strolling aimlessly through the city streets, Koji stumbled upon a small, serene Zen garden tucked away in a quiet corner. He felt an inexplicable pull towards it, as though something within was guiding him. Curious and seeking solace, Koji stepped inside. As he wandered through the tranquil garden, Koji's attention was drawn to an old Zen master sitting under a blossoming cherry tree. The master's peaceful presence radiated a sense of calm that instantly drew Koji in. Without hesitation, Koji approached him. "Master Hoshi," Koji said with reverence, bowing slightly, "I am struggling. I have a habit that consumes my energy and my thoughts. I wish to overcome it, but I don't know how. Can you help me?" Master Hoshi smiled warmly, gesturing for Koji to sit beside him. "My dear boy," Hoshi began, his voice gentle yet filled with wisdom, "the path to overcoming any challenge lies within you. True strength and clarity come from self-awareness and inner discipline." Koji listened intently as the Zen master's words flowed like a gentle stream, soothing the storm within his mind. Master Hoshi continued, "Let me tell you a story. There was once a young fisherman named Takeo who lived by a river in a distant village. Takeo had a habit of smoking a pipe while he fished. He believed that smoking helped him focus and improve his skill, but in truth, the smoke often distracted him, causing him to miss the subtle signs of the fish swimming below. Koji's eyes widened with curiosity as he visualized the young fisherman and the quiet river. One day, Master Hoshi went on, an old and wise fisherman visited the village. Observing Takeo's reliance on the pipe, the old man approached him. "Young man," the old fisherman said, "do you truly wish to become a master fisherman?" Takeo, eager to learn, replied, "Yes, sir, with all my heart." The wise old man smiled kindly and without warning took the pipe from Takeo's hand and threw it into the river. Takeo was shocked. "But what about my focus?" he stammered. The old man replied, "True mastery lies not in the crutches you lean on, but in your ability to be fully present in the moment. Let go of your distractions, and you will discover a new level of clarity and skill." Koji absorbed every word, feeling as though the story was speaking directly to him. Takeo, Master Hoshi continued, was reluctant at first. He felt incomplete without his pipe. But slowly, as he fished with an undistracted mind, he began to notice things he hadn't seen before. The delicate ripples on the water's surface, the gentle movements of the fish. Over time, his skill surpassed anything he could have achieved with the pipe, and he became a true master of his craft. The Zen master's voice grew quiet for a moment, allowing the weight of the story to settle in Koji's mind. "My dear boy," Hoshi said softly, "your habit is much like Takeo's pipe. It is a crutch, something you have very leaned on for comfort, but it is also a distraction from your true potential. To overcome it, you must let it go and trust that you will find clarity, strength, and purpose within yourself. Koji sat in silence, reflecting deeply on Master Hoshi's words. He realized that his journey was not about repressing his desires or feeling guilt for his actions. It was about embracing a more authentic way of living, one that was aligned with his true self. He knew the path ahead wouldn't be easy, but for the first time, he felt hopeful. With renewed determination, Koji embarked on a journey of self-discovery. Under the guidance of Master Hoshi, he began to cultivate new habits. He spent time in nature, learned mindfulness, and nurtured his body and spirit through healthy activities. He replaced the moments of weakness with moments of reflection, finding strength in the stillness of his mind. Weeks turned into months, and gradually the habit that once gripped him so tightly began to loosen its hold. Each day, Koji felt a little lighter, a little more focused, and a lot more connected to his true self. He found solace in the simple joys of life, watching the sunrise, practicing gratitude, and living in the present moment. One evening, as the cherry blossoms danced in the wind, Koji sat beside Master Hoshi under the same tree where they had first spoken. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Koji bowed deeply and said, "Master Hoshi, I cannot thank you enough for your wisdom. I feel liberated, focused, and at peace for the first time in years." Master Hoshi's eyes twinkled with satisfaction. "My dear Koji, the wisdom you sought was always within you. I merely helped you uncover it. Remember, true mastery is not something you achieve and set aside. It is a lifelong journey. Continue to walk this path of self-discovery with patience and perseverance, and you will always find peace within." Koji left the garden that day with a profound sense of purpose. He understood that breaking free from any habit required more than just willpower. It required deep self-awareness, discipline, and a willingness to grow. And as he continued on his path, Koji shared what he had learned with others, inspiring them to confront their own challenges and discover the boundless potential that lay within. The story of Koji reminds us all that no matter the challenge we face, the key to overcoming it lies within. Through mindfulness, self-discipline, and a commitment to personal growth, we can transcend our limitations and live a life of fulfillment and purpose. A long time ago, there was a wise wanderer who spoke of a harmonious union between the world we see and the one beyond our reach. He taught that this union could be found in the smallest acts of kindness, in moments of stillness, and in the gentle care for others and the world around us. He called this the arrival of the Great Way, a path where the boundaries between heaven and earth dissolve, creating peace in our daily lives. This wanderer invited everyone to walk this path with him, a journey not to a distant destination, but to a deeper awareness of life's true essence, right here, right now. He would often say, "If you could see how near this life of the sky is, you'd understand that it's not what we own or gather that brings fulfillment, but how we live in harmony with it." He warned that our attachments to things, our possessions, could cloud our vision. The more we cling to what we own, he said, the more we are weighed down, missing the true treasures of life. The things we gather are like heavy stones in a boat. Too many, and they will sink us. Some of his followers, intrigued by these words, asked, "But Master, Isn't it natural to gather and prepare? Don't our possessions bring comfort and safety? To this he responded, Look at the birds of the sky. They neither gather nor store, yet they are fed by the endless bounty of the earth. And the lilies of the field, do they toil to weave their beauty? No, yet their simplicity surpasses the finest robes. Trust that life will provide. He spoke of a different kind of wealth, a wealth not of material things, but of virtues like love, compassion, and peace. These are the treasures of the sky, he said. They cannot be stolen, they do not fade, and the more you give them, the richer you become. Where your heart is, there your treasure will also be. One day a wealthy man approached the wanderer, burdened by the weight of his riches. The man asked, What must I do to find peace? The wanderer smiled gently and said, You must let go of the chains that bind you. Release your hold on what you think you own, and you will see the world with new eyes. The man was troubled, for his possessions were many, and he feared losing them. But how will I live without them? He asked. The wanderer replied, The more you cling to your wealth, the more it owns you. True freedom comes when you understand that life's real treasures cannot be bought or sold. They are found in the moments when heaven touches earth, when love fills your heart, and when you trust in the abundance of the universe. His teachings reminded people that the beauty of life lies not in striving for distant goals or amassing wealth, but in being fully present in each moment, in giving generously and living with open hands and hearts. He said, Do not worry about tomorrow. Live in harmony today, and tomorrow will take care of itself. In time, those who followed the wanderer came to see that the path to wisdom was not about achieving great deeds or hoarding treasures, but in walking gently, with love, trust, and gratitude for each breath, each sunrise, and each encounter with another soul. And thus the wanderer's message spread, a message of simplicity, of living in harmony with the great way, and of finding the sacred into everyday moments of life. His teachings continue to echo through the ages, reminding us that we already have all that we need, if only we open our eyes to see it. Have you ever noticed that certain people enter our lives at just the right moment? It's almost as if they were sent to deliver a message or help solve a problem. And have you ever felt a sense of déjà vu when meeting someone, as though you've known them in another life? Today we will explore how people don't come into our lives by chance, but arrive with purpose. So sit back, relax, and join us on a journey that might just touch your heart deeply. On a sunny morning, under the shade of a blossoming cherry tree, an elderly monk named Hotaka sat in deep meditation. A young man named Hiroshi approached him with a sense of curiosity and asked, Master, why do I sometimes feel an instant bond with certain people, while others make me uncomfortable the moment we meet? Hotaka opened his eyes, which sparkled with wisdom, and replied, Dear Hiroshi, no meeting is ever a coincidence. Every person you encounter plays a specific role in your life's journey. Some will stay for a short time, while others will remain with you through the many seasons of your life. He gestured toward the birds soaring above and continued, Like those birds, we do not fly randomly through life. We are carried by unseen forces, meeting others for reasons that go beyond our understanding. Think of your life as a garden, Hotaka said in a calm, soothing voice. Each person you meet is like a seed that destiny plants along your path. Some will grow into bright, beautiful flowers, blooming briefly, while others will become mighty trees, offering shade and shelter for years to come. Hiroshi reflected on the people who had passed through his life, likening them to the flowers and trees in a garden. Each one had contributed to his journey in a unique way. The ones who hurt us, Hotaka continued, are like stones in our path. They may cause us to stumble, but they also make us stronger, teaching us how to rise and find our inner strength. He pointed toward a sturdy tree nearby and added, "And then there are those who support us in stormy times, much like the roots of this tree, holding it steady against the winds." Hiroshi thought of a friend who had been his rock during a difficult period, a constant source of strength. Some people, the master concluded, are like stars in the night sky, constant, bright, and guiding us through life. These are our true friends, family, or soulmates, with whom we share both burdens and joys. As the sun dipped lower in the sky, casting long shadows beneath the cherry trees, Hotaka shared one final, profound insight. "Every individual you meet," he began, his voice filled with wisdom, "is not a random passerby in your life. Imagine life as a grand orchestra where each person plays a unique instrument. Together, the music they create influences the course of your journey, sometimes subtly, sometimes dramatically." He gestured toward a flowing river beside them. "Just as each drop of water contributes to the river's strength, each person you encounter adds to the current of your life. Some are like small streams, bringing fresh insights and energy, while others are like strong undercurrents, challenging your resilience." Hiroshi listened, captivated by the metaphor, as Hotaka continued to explain 3 types of people we meet. The catalysts. These people push us beyond our limits, compelling us to move past our comfort zones. Like a stone thrown into a still pond, they create ripples that transform the waters of our lives. The nurturers. These are the souls who nourish our spirits, offering support and comfort. They are like the sun to our gardens, helping us grow and thrive even in the darkest of times. The reflections. These individuals act as mirrors, reflecting back the truths we need to see about ourselves, both our strengths and weaknesses. They guide us toward personal growth and self-realization. "No matter how brief the encounter," Hotaka said, "there is always a lesson to be learned, a gift imparted. These lessons weave into the tapestry of our existence, each thread as important as the next." As the lesson drew to a close, Hotaka looked deeply into Hiroshi's eyes. "Remember this, young friend. Life is an intricate symphony of encounters. Listen carefully to each note. Harmonize with the melodies around you, and contribute your own music with grace and intention." If this story resonates with your own life experiences, consider liking, sharing, and subscribing for more Zen wisdom. Let us know in the comments how the people in your life have shaped your journey. Together we can explore the profound connections that guide us through life.
In a small village nestled between towering mountains, there lived a wise old Zen master named Hiroshi. His wisdom and calm demeanor attracted many seekers of knowledge and peace. Among them was a young man named Kenta, who was struggling to find direction in his life. One day, Kenta approached Hiroshi with a heavy heart and a troubled mind. "Master," he said, "I feel lost and incapable of achieving my dreams. No matter how hard I try, I keep failing. How can I achieve anything in life?" Hiroshi, with a gentle smile, invited Kenta to join him for a walk. They wandered through the village until they reached a river. The master stopped by the riverbank, gazing at the flowing water. "Kenta," he began, "life is like this river. It flows continuously, adapting to the rocks and obstacles in its path without losing its essence." Curious, Kenta listened intently as Hiroshi continued. "The river does not force its way, but finds a path through persistence and patience. Similarly, to achieve anything in life, you must learn to flow like the river." Hiroshi then picked up a small pebble and handed it to Kenta. "Throw this pebble into the water," he instructed. Kenta did as he was told, and the pebble created ripples that spread across the river's surface. "Observe the ripples," Hiroshi said. "Each small action creates an impact, no matter how insignificant it may seem. Consistent efforts, no matter how small, will eventually lead to significant results." Kenta began to understand the master's wisdom, but still felt uncertain. "But master, what if the challenges are too great? What if I am not strong enough?" Hiroshi turned to a nearby bamboo grove and pointed to the tall, resilient plants swaying in the wind. "Bamboo is strong yet flexible. It bends but does not break. When faced with challenges, be like the bamboo. Adapt, be resilient, and never lose your core strength." Inspired by Hiroshi's words, Kenta realized that achieving anything in life required a combination of persistence, patience, and adaptability. He thanked the master and promised to apply these lessons to his own life. Years later, Kenta returned to the village as a successful and fulfilled man. He had achieved his dreams by embracing the principles taught by Hiroshi. With a heart full of gratitude, he shared his journey with others, passing on the Zen master's wisdom. Remember, you too can achieve anything if you learn to flow like the river, create ripples with your actions, and be resilient like the bamboo. The path to success is not always straightforward, but with persistence, patience, and adaptability, you can overcome any obstacle and reach your goals.
Once upon a time, in a small village nestled among rolling hills, there lived a young man named Hiro, known throughout the village for his restless mind. Hiro was constantly caught in a whirlwind of thoughts, always analyzing, worrying about the past, and fretting over the future. His mind was a maze of cluttered thoughts, and peace seemed forever out of reach. One day, Hiro heard tales of a renowned Zen master who resided atop a distant mountain. This master was said to possess the secret to inner peace and tranquility. Drawn by the promise of calm, Hiro decided to embark on a journey to seek the wisdom of this Zen master. After days of arduous travel, Hiro finally arrived at the mountain's peak. There, in a tranquil garden, he found the Zen master seated in deep meditation, his eyes gently closed. With a respectful bow, Hiro approached the master. "Master," Hiro began, "I have journeyed far in search of your guidance. My mind is restless, and I yearn for inner peace. Can you teach me how to quiet my thoughts and empty my mind?" The Zen master opened his eyes, gazing at Hiro with a serene smile. "Empty your mind, you say? Very well, I shall teach you," he replied softly. The master led Hiro to a small courtyard where a beautiful garden flourished. In the center of the courtyard stood a large stone basin filled to the brim with clear water. The master picked up a ladle, dipped it into the basin, and poured the water into a smaller, empty bowl. "Now, Hiro," the master instructed, "your task is to empty this basin. You must transfer all the water to the smaller bowl without spilling a single drop." Hiro stared at the task before him, perplexed. How could he possibly empty the entire basin into such a small bowl? Despite his doubts, he accepted the challenge and began diligently scooping water. Hours passed as Hiro labored, yet no matter how much he poured, the basin remained full. Frustration gnawed at him, and his mind grew even more restless. The Zen master observed Hiro's struggle with compassionate eyes. He approached and gently placed a hand on Hiro's shoulder. "My dear student," the master said gently, "you are striving so hard to empty the basin, yet you have forgotten the most important step. To empty the basin, you must first empty your mind." Hiro looked up at the master, confusion clouding his eyes. "But, master, how do I empty my mind?" The master smiled warmly. "Let go of your worries, your fears, and your attachments," he advised. "Focus solely on the task at hand. Be fully present in this moment, and the rest will follow." Taking a deep breath, Hiro released his frustration. He ceased trying so hard and instead focused on each individual scoop, savoring the sound of the water and the sensation of each movement. Slowly he entered a state of flow where his mind became clear and his actions effortless. As Hiro's mind quieted, something remarkable occurred. The basin seemed to respond to his newfound tranquility. With each scoop, the water flowed effortlessly into the smaller bowl, and gradually the basin began to empty. Finally, Hiro poured the last drop of water into the small bowl. He turned to the Zen master, his heart filled with awe and gratitude. "You see, Hiro," the master said, "when you empty your mind, you allow the universe to flow through you. You become one with the task at hand, and everything falls into place." In that moment, Hiro understood that true peace and clarity had always been within him. From that day forward, he carried the master's wisdom in his heart, a constant reminder to live in the present and release the burdens that weighed him down. One day, a man visited a Zen master seeking help. He said, "Sir, my mind is constantly disturbed. Thoughts flood my mind all the time. Please give me a mantra to calm my restless mind." The Zen master looked at him and advised, "My friend, start practicing meditation daily. Gradually your mind will begin to calm down." However, the man protested, "Sir, please don't ask me to meditate. Whenever I try, even more thoughts come to mind, most of them negative, making my mind even more restless." The Zen master reassured him, "Don't worry, son. This happens in the early stages of meditation. With consistent practice, your mind will slowly start to calm down." But the man insisted, "Sir, meditation is not for me. Please just give me a mantra to ease my mind." Seeing that the man was not ready to understand through simple reasoning, the Zen master agreed. He whispered a mantra into the man's ear and instructed, "Recite this mantra every day while sitting alone." The man was delighted and thanked the master, promising to recite the mantra daily. As the man was about to leave, the Zen master added, "But remember one thing. Do not think of a monkey while reciting this mantra. If you do, the mantra will lose its effectiveness." The man, surprised, replied, "Why would I think of a monkey? I've never thought of a monkey in my entire life. You don't need to worry about that." And he left, feeling content. When the man got home, he sat down to recite the mantra. As soon as he started, he recalled the Zen master's warning, "Don't think of a monkey." Suddenly, images of monkeys began to flood his mind. The more he tried to ignore them, the more persistent they became. By nightfall, he couldn't escape the thoughts of monkeys, even seeing them in the faces of his family members. By the next morning, the man was on the verge of madness. Desperate, he returned to the Zen master and explained, "Sir, what kind of mantra have you given me?" "Until yesterday, I had never thought about monkeys, but now my mind is completely consumed by them. Please, help me get rid of these thoughts." The Zen master calmly instructed, "Relax, stop reciting the mantra, and don't do anything." The man did as he was told, and, to his surprise, the thoughts of monkeys vanished. Everything returned to normal. The Zen master then explained, "You see, my friend, I wanted to teach you about the nature of the mind. Never try to fight with your mind. Just like the more you press a spring, the more it jumps back. The more you try to suppress your thoughts, the stronger they become. Be calm. Start observing your thoughts without attachment, and you'll find that your mind will gradually calm down on its own. To do this effectively, you need to practice meditation. In our lives, our minds are often like a monkey, constantly jumping from one thought to another without reason. If you try to forcefully stop this monkey mind, you will only make it worse. Experts say that a human mind can produce between 36,000 to 80,000 thoughts in a day. Trying to stop these thoughts by force is futile. In fact, the effort itself gives those thoughts more energy. Instead of trying to stop your thoughts, simply observe them without attachment. In our daily lives, this can be difficult, but meditation provides a space where this can be done more easily. When some people begin to meditate, they may notice an increase in thoughts. This is because the old impressions hidden in the mind start to surface, like cleaning a house and bringing out all the dirt. But there's no need to worry. Continue to observe your thoughts without attachment and persist in your meditation practice. Gradually, all the garbage in your mind will come out, and your mind will naturally start to calm down. With time and consistent practice, you'll be able to control your mind. Just close your eyes and listen to this story. It can change your way how you see things in life. Once upon a time, there was a farmer who diligently planted his crops. Not long after, a sparrow built a nest right in the middle of his fields. Soon, the sparrow laid her eggs, and, before long, tiny little sparrows hatched from them. The mother sparrow and her children lived happily in their nest, nestled among the crops. Every day, the mother sparrow would fly to the forest to gather food for her little ones. One day, when she returned, she noticed her children were trembling with fear. Concerned, she asked, "What happened, my dear children? Why are you so scared?" The frightened little sparrows replied, "Mother, the farmer came today. He was talking about harvesting the crops. He said he would send his sons tomorrow to cut them. Where will we go once the crops are cut? We can't even fly yet." The mother sparrow listened to her children and calmly reassured them, "Don't worry, my children. No one will come tomorrow to cut the crops, so there's no need to be afraid." True to her word, the next day, no one came to harvest the crops. Days passed, and everything continued as usual. The sparrow's children grew happier, their fears easing as time went on. However, one day, when the mother sparrow returned from the forest, she found her children once again filled with fear. Puzzled, she asked them, "What has frightened you this time?" "Mother," they said, "the farmer came again today. He was talking about harvesting the crops. This time, he said he would send laborers tomorrow to cut them." The mother sparrow, unshaken, said, "Don't worry, my children. No one will come tomorrow to harvest the crops." And again, as she predicted, no one came the next day. Many days passed like this, and the sparrow's family continued to thrive. Then, one day, the mother sparrow returned to find her children relaxed and unworried. They told her, "Mother, the farmer came again today, talking about harvesting the crops. But we know by now that no one will come, just as always." The mother sparrow, sensing something different, asked them to tell her exactly what the farmer said. "Mother," the children began, "today the farmer said he has wasted too much time relying on others. He decided that tomorrow he will come and harvest the crops himself." Upon hearing this, the mother sparrow's expression grew serious. "Children," she said, "we must leave this place immediately and build our nest elsewhere. This time, the farmer will definitely come to harvest the crops." Confused, the children asked, "But mother, the farmer has been saying this for days, and no one ever comes. Why are you sure he will come this time?" The mother sparrow explained. The first time, the farmer relied on his sons to do the work. The second time, he depended on the laborers. When you depend on others to complete your tasks, they may never get done, but this time he has decided to do it himself. That is why I know he will come tomorrow. By now, the little sparrows were strong enough to fly. They all left the field together and built their nest in a safer place. The next day, the farmer came to the field and began harvesting. But by then, the sparrow and her children had already moved on. The story teaches us an important lesson. Those who always depend on others to complete their tasks often find their work remains unfinished. While it's not wrong to ask for help, relying solely on others can be a form of laziness. True success comes from self-reliance. If you have a dream or a goal in life, don't wait for others to make it happen. Take the initiative, work hard, and you will find success. Self-help is respected, and those who help themselves often find others willing to lend a hand as well. But never become entirely dependent on others to fulfill your dreams. Thank you for listening to this empowering story. We hope you enjoyed listening. Leave us a like and subscribe to our channel for more international wisdoms. In a quiet village nestled among the mountains, a young boy once visited a revered Zen monk during the summer. The boy, curious and full of questions, often spent his days with the monk, playing, listening, and learning. One evening, as the sun cast its golden glow over the hills, the boy asked, "Master, when I grow up, I wish to be successful. Can you teach me the way to success?" The monk, serene and patient, smiled gently. "Come, let us take a walk." They wandered through the village until they reached a humble nursery. There, the monk chose 2 small plants, paid the gardener, and walked back to the temple with the boy. Upon their return, the monk planted 1 sapling in a clay pot inside the peaceful temple garden, sheltered from the winds. The second, he planted outside the temple grounds in the open air, exposed to the elements. After the planting was done, the monk turned to the boy and asked, "Tell me, which of these 2 plants do you think will grow stronger in the future?" The boy pondered for a moment and replied, "The plant inside the garden will surely grow better. It is safe from the harsh sunlight, the strong winds, and the hungry animals. The plant outside faces many dangers. The monk gave a soft smile, but said nothing more. "We shall see," he whispered, as the sound of the evening breeze filled the air. The years passed, and once again the boy returned to the temple. Now, a young man, he approached the monk, his eyes filled with curiosity. "Master," he said, "years ago I asked you the secret to success, but you gave me no answer. This time, will you share your wisdom?" The monk smiled, his face unchanged by time, and said, "First, let us visit the plants we planted together." They walked to the spot inside the temple garden. The tree that had grown in the pot was healthy, though small, its branches limited by the space of its surroundings. Then the monk led the young man outside the temple grounds. There, standing tall and majestic, was the other tree. Its branches stretched wide, its roots dug deep into the earth, and its shade offered cool shelter to all who passed beneath it. It had grown far larger and stronger than the tree inside the garden. The monk turned to the young man, his eyes calm yet piercing. "Tell me, which tree has grown more? Which one has flourished?" The young man gazed in awe at the mighty tree before him. "The tree outside has grown far more, but how could it be? It faced storms, harsh sunlight, and countless challenges, yet it is so much stronger than the one we kept safe inside." The monk nodded and said, "The tree outside, though exposed to the elements, was free to grow in all directions. The wind and storms made its roots stronger, forcing it to dig deeper into the earth for stability. The sun, though intense, taught it to reach ever higher for light. It faced many dangers, but through those trials it gained strength. The tree inside, though safe, was confined. It grew, but within limits, for it was never tested by the world." He paused and continued in a soft, meditative tone. "Success in life is much like the growth of these trees. If you seek only comfort and safety, your growth will be limited and your roots will remain shallow. But if you are willing to face the storms and challenges that life presents, you will grow strong, just as the tree outside found freedom through adversity. So too can you." The young man sat in stillness, reflecting on the monk's words. In that moment, he understood. The obstacles he had once feared were not barriers, but lessons. The hardships in life, like the storms, were there to strengthen him, not defeat him. The monk spoke again. "Life is a path filled with unknown twists and turns. Do not view these challenges as enemies. They are your teachers, guiding you to deeper understanding and greater strength. Like a mountain stream that carves its way through stone, your spirit too will be shaped by what it encounters. Each challenge is an opportunity to grow." The young man gazed once more at the towering tree. "Master, I see now that it is the difficulties in life that allow us to rise." The monk smiled, his eyes full of peace. "Yes, young one, in the journey of life, do not seek the easy path. Embrace each moment fully, both the calm and the storm. When you face life with openness and courage, there is no obstacle that can prevent your growth." With that, the young man bowed deeply, filled with a newfound sense of peace. He understood that the key to success was not in avoiding life's challenges, but in embracing them as steps toward wisdom and strength. And so he left the temple, carrying the monk's teachings in his heart, ready to face the world and grow tall, like the great tree outside the temple gates. Once upon a time, there lived a young boy in a small town. He struggled greatly with his studies, resulting in low marks on his exams. His teachers viewed him as a poor student, and this unfavorable image caused them to dislike him. His classmates often made fun of him, further eroding his self-confidence. His weakness in studies deeply troubled his parents, and the boy himself was distressed by the reputation he had gained as a bad student. He often tried to study hard, but soon found himself bored and unable to concentrate for long periods. His mind was restless, preventing him from focusing and making it difficult to improve. He desperately wanted to better himself, but he didn't know how. One day, a friend told him about a Zen monk who was staying near their town for a few days. The monk was said to be very wise, and his friend suggested that the boy go meet him for advice. The next morning, the young boy rose early and made his way to where the Zen monk was staying. When he arrived, the monk was in deep meditation. The boy sat quietly in front of him, patiently waiting for the monk to finish. After some time, the monk opened his eyes. The boy bowed deeply and began to explain his troubles. Through tears, he said, "Sir, please help me. I am very weak in my studies. Whenever the teachers explain something in class, I don't understand it. When I try to study at home, I quickly lose interest and give up. Because of this, I have a very poor image at school, and I don't know what to do. Please help me." The Zen monk gently consoled the boy and said, "Don't worry, my friend. Many students face similar challenges, but I'm glad you want to improve. Today, I will share some tips with you. By following these, you can increase your focus and study more effectively in less time. Listen carefully." The boy, eager for guidance, listened intently as the monk continued. "First," the monk said, "stop considering yourself unworthy. Stop judging yourself by others' opinions. Our mind is incredibly powerful, and we become what we think. If you believe you are unworthy, then you will become unworthy. But if you see yourself as capable, then you will become capable. Always believe that you are not less than anyone else, and that you are fully capable. Second," he continued, "increase your focus through meditation. If you want to study more in less time and remember what you've read, you need to sharpen your focus. Meditation helps with this. Focus your attention on your breath during meditation to improve your concentration. You can also practice counting backward while meditating to enhance your focus. For example, when you breathe in, observe your breath or recite a mantra in your mind. When you breathe out, count 50 in your mind. Repeat this, counting down from 50 to 1. This practice will significantly increase your focus, allowing you to study more efficiently. Third, discipline yourself, the monk advised. If you want to do well in your studies, you must establish discipline in your life. Create a daily schedule that includes eating, sleeping, waking up, and studying at fixed times. Set specific study hours and stick to them every day. When we do something consistently at the same time, our body and mind become conditioned for that activity. For instance, if you sleep at 9 o'clock every night, your body will start feeling sleepy at that time. Similarly, if you study at a certain time each day, your mind will be primed to absorb knowledge during that period. A disciplined life is essential for progress. Fourth, always be present and alert in your classroom, the monk emphasized. Learning begins in the classroom. If you are not attentive in class, you won't understand what your teacher is teaching. But if you are alert and understand the lessons in class, you'll only need to revise them at home. This will save you time and allow you to engage in other activities. Never skip class and always be attentive. And if you don't understand something, never hesitate to ask your teacher. Fifth, take care of your physical and mental health, the monk added. Good health is crucial for students. A balanced diet and regular exercise will improve both your physical and mental well-being. Know the right amount of food your body needs and avoid heavy meals before studying. Instead, eat light, easily digestible food before your study sessions. Include almonds, dry fruits, and pumpkin seeds in your diet to boost brain power and memory. Herbs like brahmi, shankpushpi, and ashwagandha can enhance your mental health, reduce stress, and improve sleep quality. Good sleep is vital for alertness and concentration during the day. Exercise daily for at least 30 minutes to stay fit and active. A healthy body and mind are key to academic success. Sixth, minimize distractions and take short notes while studying, the monk advised. Choose a quiet, distraction-free place to study. Let your family know when you are studying so they can give you the space and quiet you need. Keep your phone on silent mode or turn off notifications to avoid interruptions. Try not to study on your bed as it can make you feel sleepy. Instead, use a chair and table. If you feel tired after studying for a long time, take a short break. During the break, you can listen to music, take a walk, meditate, or have a light snack to refresh yourself. When you return to your studies, you'll find it easier to concentrate. Don't forget to make short notes, as writing helps retain information in your long-term memory. These notes will also be helpful for quick revisions before exams. After sharing these tips, the Zen monk looked at the young boy and said, "My friend, if you follow these suggestions, you will be able to increase your focus and perform better in your studies. You will also be able to secure good marks in your exams." The monk then fell silent. The young boy promised to implement all the tips shared by the monk in his daily life. He bowed to the monk and left, feeling hopeful. So, friends, if you also want to improve in your studies, apply these tips from the Zen monk in your life. Not only will they help you excel academically, but they will also increase your focus and concentration, benefiting other aspects of your life as well. Start implementing these tips one by one from today onward, because a little progress each day adds up to big results. As the Buddha wisely shared, you will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger. But how do we cultivate inner tranquility amidst life's challenges? We explore the timeless wisdom that encourages us to act as if nothing disturbs us, guiding us toward serenity. Join us on a journey through the profound teachings of Buddhism, discovering principles that lead to a peaceful and fulfilling life. Principle 1. Listening. Listen twice as much as you speak. This lesson emphasizes the transformative power of listening deeply, not just to words, but to the essence behind them. Buddha once said, "To understand everything is to forgive everything." This wisdom connects understanding with compassion. When we listen more and speak less, we embark on a journey of empathy and connection, truly engaging with the world. This type of listening allows us to connect with the emotions and experiences of others. It's not about hearing, but about truly understanding. Listening fosters inner peace and wisdom, allowing our words to be thoughtful, resonant, and reflective of deeper understanding. We must listen to others, to nature, and to silence, for it opens us to a broader perspective and a greater capacity for empathy and compassion. Principle 2. Don't allow. Do not let the thoughts and judgments of others control your life. As Buddha said, do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Like a hiker on a forest path, focus on the now, making your own choices guided by your heart and inner wisdom. Principle 3. Be ready to accept the worst. Life, like a river, is sometimes calm and sometimes turbulent. Pain is certain, suffering is optional. Accepting life's challenges prepares us to handle adversity with resilience and inner strength. Acceptance is not defeat. It is a shield that helps us move forward with peace, even in difficult times. Principle 4. Don't fear failure. Buddha taught, each morning we are born again. What we do today is what matters most. Failure is not to be feared, but embraced as a stepping stone to growth. Every stumble is an opportunity to rise stronger. Failure is not the end. It's part of the path toward becoming wiser and more capable. Principle 5. Keep it simple. Clarity and peace are often found in simplicity. Buddha said, the way is not in the sky. The way is in the heart. Like a garden, focus on what truly nourishes your soul. By decluttering your life and focusing on what truly matters, you open your heart to peace and joy. Principle 6. Practice humility. A man is not called wise because he talks and talks again, but if he is peaceful, loving, and fearless, then he is in truth called wise. True wisdom comes not from words, but from embodying peace, love, and humility. Practicing humility deepens understanding, creating space for empathy and connection. Principle 7. Be aware of the dangers of fortune. Health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth, faithfulness the best relationship. Material wealth is fleeting, but true fulfillment comes from nurturing meaningful relationships and cultivating contentment in life's simple pleasures. Cherish health, contentment, and faithful relationships, for they are the true wealth of life. In this journey through Buddha's teachings, we discover that wisdom is not merely philosophical. It is practical guidance for living a life of peace, purpose, and clarity. Embrace these teachings, and you will find the strength and serenity to navigate life's complexities